Look, Spencer, never mind about the homemade business. We'll find somebody when we get back. You know, if there's any heavy cleaning, just call that service.
Acme.
At Zurich.
Why is everything always named Acme? Don't you ever smile, Spencer?
Yeah.
Anyway, look, I doubt that the house is going to get that messy because there's going to be nobody in it.
I'll tell you what, then.
You wanted to tell me about the house plans, Mrs. Whitney.
Oh, the plans, that's right. I was going to type up the schedule, but I forgot. I'll do it later.
Train.
Phone messages. I want them all recorded, and I also want you to make a list of television programs and record those. I was going to type that list, too, but I forgot.
Yeah. All right, when we get to Sandwich, which hotels have you got?
Oh, would anyone here care to talk to me about supper?
Yeah, I know it's Christmas.
Hermione, why don't you just throw something together?
Throw what together?
Come on, Bobby, what do you think I'm paying
Food. Isn't that what you do?
I do everything around here, since you people don't have a housemaid.
Wait, hang on a second. Hermione, don't worry about it. We'll take care of that after we get back to Switzerland.
Hermione, look, why don't you just make a salad and stick some chicken in it and heat up some of that stew we had yesterday.
All right.
Make some of those muffins,
all right,
those good muffins you make, and why don't you bring some pudding, too, okay?
All right, now, see what I can throw together.
All right.
Yeah, do your best, will you? Yeah. As long as we've got a nice weekend there, because we're only going to be spending just about 2 weeks before we go on to
You're leaving already?
My dear, the Cavenaugh party already started.
Oh.
I
look,
wouldn't take any later.
I want to apologize about ignoring you for this whole day, but we've had all these plans.
Then get back to me on the rest.
Miss Raven, I understand.
Okay. Look,
okay.
Tomorrow night we will have a family, just the three of us, farewell dinner party, all right?
Listen, honey, you're going to have to count me out of that. I just made dinner plans with Don Otis for tomorrow. I mean, Christmas time or no, there are a lot of things to take care of before we go to Switzerland.
All right, then it'll just be you and I, Geraldine. It'll be a lot better.
Pardon me, Mrs. Whitney. Now, is this the entire list?
Yeah.
Well, now, honey, you're not going to keep Spencer all night long. I mean, I need him to drive me later on.
All right.
Probably before too long. What time is it anyway?
Is that your new watch, Skylar?
Yes, it is. It plays Old Lang Syne. It's rather appropriate for this time of year, don't you think?
Oh. Yes.
You are gorgeous, and you look wonderful. I don't think I've ever seen you in a suit. Well, except for Whitney's wedding.
I guess I'm just not that type, that's all.
You look great.
But you're the one who looks absolutely spectacular.
Thank you. Oh, people coming. Oh. I'll get the coat. Oh, very great. Hello. Oh, thank you very much. Hello, my dear. Oh, we're delighted to come. Beautiful.
Oh, Miles will be down in just a minute. He's up there putting Adam in his new suit.
Oh, Nicole, your apartment looks beautiful.
And your little sister is rapidly turning into a raving beauty.
Yes. Wonderful to see you, Jody, and Gavin.
Well, you can thank your husband for that.
There's something I want to tell you both.
Nancy, why don't you come look at the tree and get some punch?
Oh, is Adam all excited? Oh, what is it?
I don't know how important this is yet, but that theory of yours that Sky had two similar watches, apparently it's true.
What?
And I may learn more about it tonight, so keep your fingers crossed.
Well, you certainly did pick a hell of a place to celebrate Christmas. I mean, you haven't even got a chimney. How's Santa Claus supposed to find you?
Well, as I recall, you don't have one either.
Maybe that's why I haven't gotten any presents.
Like, actually, I would rather be someplace else right now, but I'm sure you'd rather be someplace else, too. Why don't you get out of here and go have a cup of Christmas cheer with somebody?
Yeah, well, there, isn't any place else, I'd like to go.
Hey, I heard you were invited to the Cavenaugh's party.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a crowd. You know, I don't feel much like a crowd anyway. Gavin's gonna be there.
Well, he's your friend. Don't you want to see him?
Yeah, but I still feel a little awkward about having to, you know, arrest him and everything. Just didn't want to make anybody uncomfortable, that's all.
What about Dee Dee? I'm sure she's going to be there. I guess that was a bad question.
Well, actually, old buddy, I don't think I'm going to be seeing much of Dee Dee from now on.
Oh? Is that a mutual decision?
You might say that.
Well, what happened?
Plenty. Her friend Julius asked her to marry him.
Whoa. And did you give him an answer?
No, not yet, but she hasn't said no.
And you want to give her the space to make her own decision?
Well, I doubt she'll turn him down. I mean, they are colleagues. They're both lawyers, you know. They'll understand each other.
I suppose.
I guess he's a pretty good catch. He's fairly good looking. He's bright, and he's got a good future ahead of him. And there's also one other thing he's got going for him.
Yeah, he's single.
Yeah. You can say that again.
I can do without your help, thanks. Just thought I'd be of service. Why don't you go type a letter or something? Leave the serving to me. Whatever you say. You know, these aren't bad. Oh. I was a little salty. People are arriving. Why don't you go take their coats? Why don't you? You look more like a hat check girl than I do.
Hello, I'm Nora Fulton, Mrs. Cavenaugh's assistant.
Hello, I'm Derek Mallory. This is JInx Avery.
Nice to see you again, Miss Avery. Oh, is it? Well, if you want these, they'll be in the other room.
Okay.
Mrs. Cavenaugh has better taste in husbands than she does in secretaries.
Hi! Merry Christmas. I'm glad you two could make it.
Hey, Miles. Thanks for inviting us.
God, it's beautiful in here. It just looks spectacular.
Yeah. How you doing, Adam? Come on, slowpoke. Meet the guests. This is our son, Adam. That's Derek and JInx.
Hi, Adam.
Say hello.
You know me.
Come on, you ought to meet the rest of the people. Derek, I think you know everybody.
Sure do.
Hello there.
You know Nicole, of course.
Yes, hi, how are you?
And
Welcome.
Mrs. Carr. Nice seeing both of you.
Nice to see you again, too.
Yes, you look lovely, Jane.
Yes, stunning. Thank you.
You'd never know she was just out of the hospital, would you?
Yes, I heard you weren't feeling well.
No, it wasn't anything. What was it you called it, Miles? Christmas shopper's syndrome.
Oh, my dear, I know all about that.
Oh, Alicia, I'm sorry. You haven't met Geraldine Saxon. This is JInx Avery.
Hello, Mrs.
How do you do, Miss Avery? I hope you've completely recovered.
Oh, I'm feeling absolutely wonderful right now.
Miss Avery, may I get you a drink? The eggnog's beautiful.
Yes, thank you. Some eggnog.
I'd like one, too.
All right.
Well, I haven't been to a really traditional Christmas party in ages. I've certainly never been in an apartment this beautiful. Is that a terrace? Oh, wow, marvelous. Could I go outside for just a minute?
JInx, I don't really think it's a good idea. It's awful cold out here.
Yes, especially for someone who's just out of the hospital.
Oh, it's nothing. I'm as healthy as a horse. Anyway, I'll stay inside.
Here you are. Jinx, Mike is over here. Come say hello.
Oh, great.
Derek, you haven't seen Mike yet?
Well, let's go visit. Here we go.
She's a very attractive young lady, isn't she? She's an actress, you know.
I don't know about you, but women like that give me an inferiority complex.
Mike knows for a fact that Sky had 2 watches. It's got to mean something.
I'm sure it does. In fact, I'm sure it means he's starting to believe you now.
No, it just means he's beginning to believe you about saying Gunther was Sky's watch.
Well, whatever. Look, it can make a world of difference if Mike believes that Sky was at the dance studio and that he's partially responsible for Gunther's death.
Maybe Sky and me will go on trial together. Oh. Maybe they'll give us our own jail cell. I'd like that. I'd strangle them.
Gavin, you're bad.
Sorry, I guess that's not the Christmas spirit, is it?
Oh, look.
Miles said we could talk in the dining room without being disturbed.
All right, Mike.
Thank you. You know something? I bet you that's how Mike found out about the watches. I bet you Geraldine told him.
I wish I could hear what they're saying.
Nice to see you. Look good. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Go in and see the other people. I think you know about everyone. I'll bring you some eggnog. Okay.
Just make yourselves at home.
Sure.
Oh, and a fire. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Yes.
Oh, Gavin, Merry Christmas.
Hey.
Good to see you.
Looking very well. Thank you. Looks like you've been living in a penthouse all your life. Huh?
Yeah, well, I have been here a month and I still get nosebleeds.
Jody, this is fabulous. Will you let me come and take pictures here sometime? Sure.
How is the studio of yours doing?
I'm surviving so far.
Val visits the studio frequently. She's taking acting lessons from the famous James L. Dietrichson. You've heard of him, of course?
Oh, that's your dance studio.
Yeah.
Oh, he holds classes there now. Uh-huh. That's nice. That's great.
Val, would you like to see the view? Jody, would you mind?
Go right ahead. It's gorgeous. You're gonna love it. Oh, excuse me. Take pictures of that.
Thank you.
Oh, look.
Well, here it is.
Kelly?
Look. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Mike, I feel terrible about telling tales on my nephew, especially since I am a guest in his house. But I simply could not keep this information to myself, not if it has any bearing on this case. Mike, there are 2 watches.
That might have great significance, Geraldine. Originally, none of us believed that Jody was correct in her assumption that your nephew may have removed that watch from Gunther's body.
But if he did, Mike, and that's what worries me so terribly, if he did, what would it mean?
For one thing, it may mean that he lied to us, that he was in the studio before the police arrived.
But that isn't so terrible in itself.
No, but it's the implication that may not be so nice because of what happened to Miles.
Yes, I know. He was struck from behind. Couldn't save Gunther from bleeding to death.
I'm not saying that this proves that your nephew was involved in the crime.
Mike, it's monstrous. I simply can't believe that he would go that far. Couldn't it have been a petty thief?
The watch is still in his possession. And in order to throw us off the track, he purchased another watch.
It's just too horrible. I don't even want to think about it.
Geraldine, may I ask you something else?
Of course.
What does Raven think about this?
Raven?
Well, she is his wife. She's closer to him than anybody else. She may be able to tell us a great deal about Sky.
Mike, Raven doesn't know any more about this whole business than I did.
Yes, that may be true. She may not know too much about the man she married.
It's the racing showdown we've been waiting for between old Spick and Span and new no-rinse Spick and Span. And they're off.
Heck, Don, I gotta say, I'm real impressed with new no-rinse Spick and Span. It's got the same great cleaning power, but doesn't streak like you-know-who.
There wasn't any stew left. You ate it all this afternoon. And the cold cuts looked rather sad. So I fixed some egg salad and a few other things.
Oh, I loathe cold eggs in any shape or form. Here, just...
Don't be so fussy. Just ignore him, Hermione.
Well, that's not easy to do, Miss Whitney.
Well, listen, don't worry about dinner. I'm going out soon, so I'll get something edible while I'm out.
Well, I certainly hope you enjoy it.
Sometimes, darling, you have no tact.
I don't have time for tact, my darling. Oh, Spencer, you round?
Yes, Mr. Whitney?
Once you get the car, it's about time to go.
Yes, sir.
Oh, come on now, don't pout. You're not gonna miss me. You said yourself you have 100 things to do.
I do. I have to decide what to take, what to leave.
What to buy?
Oh, I know what I'm going to buy, an empty piece of luggage, so I can stick everything that I buy in Switzerland in it. I am so happy. Oh, this is gonna be the best honeymoon anyone could ever hope to have.
Any 2 people, and we're both going now, aren't we?
We are, you
Yeah,
going?
me too.
Okay.
Thanks. You happy now?
Mm-hmm.
No more quarreling? Hermione, where are you going?
I'm quitting.
What?
You have my address. You can send my last paycheck there. Goodbye, and a Merry Christmas to you.
Wait a minute. You can't just walk out like that.
Well, you just watch me.
Well, listen, never mind, honey. I don't like people working for me and not happy anyway.
Well, that's the first sensible word I've heard since I came to this house.
Well, listen, no hard feelings. I'll drive you, Hermione.
Thank you. I prefer to walk.
Now. Just take it easy. Let me get my jacket and I'll take you to the bus station. Now, don't fret, honey. We'll pick up a real cook in Switzerland. Let's go, Hermione. After you, my dear.
I wonder if I should wear this on the slopes. Definitely. And I want a great big fat white fur with a hood. Hello?
Hello, Raven. This is Damian Tyler.
Hello. You sound like you're feeling better.
Yes, I'm coming along just fine. As a matter of fact, I think I'll be out of here in a few days.
Well, good, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Raven, I just wanted to thank you for coming in to see me. It really meant a lot to me.
Good. It meant a lot to me, too. Matter of fact, you don't know how much it meant to me.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I'll tell you another time, okay?
Is there any chance I could get you to give me an explanation in person?
I don't know, because my husband and I are leaving the day after tomorrow.
What?
Yep.
Where are you going?
We are going on a second honeymoon to Switzerland. I just don't know the itinerary just yet.
Switzerland. Of course that's where you'd go. Return to the scene of the crime.
What?
How long are you going to be gone?
A month, maybe more. Wait, what did you just say about return to the scene of the crime?
Oh, nothing. Nothing. Raven, have a safe journey, okay?
Damian, wait a minute.
Goodbye.
That I could...
Decided to go ahead with the project. I've talked to Nicole about it, and she thinks it's a great idea.
Oh, it'll mean wonderful publicity for the group.
Yeah.
Jim is going to be so pleased.
Is Jim going to appear on camera?
Well, I was hoping to do the whole thing at his studio.
Well, yes, that's a marvelous idea. Who knows? Maybe Jim will be able to attract some rich patron for the repertory theater.
Especially since one of his patrons is no longer rich.
Kelly, stop it. Kelly's not exactly won over yet.
Sorry. Would you like some more eggnog?
Well, it's pretty strong, but yeah, I'll go for one more.
Okay,
Not
good.
for me. Nancy, I guess you heard about the fortune that I'm no longer inheriting.
Yes, I did, Valerie, and I'm sorry.
My business is going all right, I guess.
Yes. I think Nicole has found out how strong this punch is.
Oh, it always starts out the same way. Always, always, always. First, I'm just surprised that Christmas is even coming at all. And I just get furious because there's so much to do. And then, I love it. I adore it.
Well,
I do.
it is the most wonderful time of year. It's also the most loving time.
Oh, that's right. Give somebody to love, it makes it absolutely perfect. That's
Oh.
Oh, honey.
Glad you're not dragging tonight,
Oh, my God. Oh, dear, I am getting giddy, aren't I?
Yeah, well, you're not the only one.
Does Derek know the truth about JInx?
In a perfect world. Gone a long time, haven't they? Mr. Carr and Mr. Saxon.
Yes, they have. But you can't be sure about what they're talking about.
They gotta be talking about the watch.
Gavin, you don't know that. You'll just have to wait and see.
I can't wait anymore. I gotta go. They're done again.
Gavin, don't.
It's no time to be shy, Jody.
Wait and die, dear.
Believe me, Geraldine, I know how you feel. This can't be very pleasant for you.
Raven and Schuyler are my family, and they've been good to me in their own peculiar way.
Well, I won't ask you to do anything you feel is wrong. Frankly, I'm not even sure what the right thing to do would be.
Excuse me, I'm sorry to barge in like this.
No, no, it's quite all right. We're quite through anyway. Excuse me.
We were just wondering if you heard anything about the watch.
Yes, we did, Jody. And it's true. Skye Whitney did buy another watch, almost identical to the first.
Except for the tune.
Except for that. But remember what I said. Even if we can prove complicity on his part, that doesn't mean acquittal for you, Gavin.
Sure, I know that. You're right.
But with this new information and your willingness to testify, I think you're going to come out of this very well, Gavin.
Yeah, just spent couple of years behind jail, huh? It'd be great.
No. Come on, baby, they're singing. You wanna, do some Christmas carols there?
Sure. Mr. Carr, doesn't it say somewhere in the Bible that the truth will set you free?
Yes, it does.
It's gonna take a lie from me, isn't it?
Gavin.
I really appreciate what you've done, Mr. Carr. But I have to tell you again, I did not shoot Gunther deliberately. We struggled for the gun and it went off. Now that's the way it happened. Now I've thought about this long and hard, but I've got to tell that to the jury. I just got to. Come on, baby.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King, peace on earth and mercy.
Let me speak.